And we're getting you the first images of the Pakistan terrorist who's been captured alive by the army. On your screens is the picture that's been released by the army. This is 19-year-old Ali Baba, resident of Okara district in Pakistan, who'd infiltrated into India with the intention of carrying out a terror attack. He is now in the custody of our army. He's admitted that he is a part of Lashkar-e-Taiba, was trained by the outfit for the specific purpose of unleashing violence, of unleashing terror in India. Now, the information that the army has put out about this person you see on your screens is that the terrorist was trained back in 2019 and then was called by his handlers, was told he's going to be sent on a very important mission across the border into India. He had managed to infiltrate along with a group of other terrorists and was then taken into custody after he pleaded for his life, according to what our army has told us. Abhishek Bhalla is joining us with more details on this. Abhishek, on our screens is the first picture of the captured Pakistan terrorist, and huge catch this for our forces because he will be giving crucial information which the army has already given some of the details, some snippets of about his training, about Pakistan Army's role, how he managed to infiltrate and much more.
It's a big catch, Akshita. It's rare for an infiltrating terrorist to be caught alive. And obviously, he has revealed a lot of information already to the Indian Army in just about 24 hours of his custody with the security forces. He'll obviously reveal much more. What we've been told right now is that, he revealed that he is a resident of Okara in Punjab and is a member of Lashkar-e-Taiba and has gone a 3-week training in one of the camps in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The initial information that he gave out was that he was supposed to supply arms in Patan area near Srinagar. But what the army is saying, that the recovery suggests that it was much more than just a supply, and it clearly suggests that he was part of a terror strike which has been thwarted by the Indian Army. Huge recoveries made. The operation was going on since September 16th when the Indian Army had information that 6 terrorists from across the line of control are trying to infiltrate. While 2 sneaked in, the rest of the 4 went back when they realized that the Indian Army had laid an ambush. And that's when in a Nala, there was a gunfire between these 2 terrorists. While one was killed, he pleaded, the 19-year-old pleaded to the Indian Army to surrender. And that's when the Indian Army took him into custody and has been interrogating him over the last 24 hours.
You know, this development will have Pakistan very worried, and the army also, Abhishek, in that briefing mentioned about how the Pakistan army should have been in the loop, would have known this was happening because of the fact that you had this big group of terrorists moving across Pakistan territory at the LOC and then crossing over. So the Pakistan army was perhaps in complete connivance.
Well, once again, the Major General who was addressing the press conference made it very clear that, it clearly suggests that there was connivance from the Pakistani army. And that's why this kind of a big infiltration attempt was made. And what is also noteworthy, Akshita, is the fact that the infiltration was taking place from the same route that the terrorists took back in 2016 during the deadly Uri attack here in Uri. And it was the Salamabad Nala that was accessed by terrorists then. And once again, the same route was being taken, but it was thwarted by the Indian Army.
Abhishek, once again, if you could give us details that has been put out by the army so far about the operation, because we understand that this for the last 10 days has been going on. Perhaps one of the most elaborate operations by the army to identify every single infiltrator, to identify every single terrorist, either neutralize or take them in.
Well, Akshita, to put this into perspective, why it takes so long for an operation like this, because, the foliage is extremely dense. These are thickly forested areas. And in most of the places, the thick forest is on the Pakistani side. So it's very difficult for the Indian Army guarding the LOC to get a glimpse, a clear picture of what's happening. They are relying a lot on technical intelligence as well as human intelligence. And that's why, after the 18th September encounter that started in one of the locations here in Uri, there was another encounter on 23rd September where 3 terrorists were killed and 2 others fled back to Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. So over the last 10 days, multiple attempts had been made to cross over from the Pakistani side. And these attempts have been thwarted by the army in different locations. But yes, it is going to be extremely tough because it seems that terror launch pads are full, and if these kind of infiltration attempts continue, then the Indian Army certainly has their task cut out. But having said that, the Army has been successful in ensuring that no infiltration takes place, and to get a terrorist alive is definitely a big catch.
Abhishek, stay with me. I also want to bring in Shiv Arora on this broadcast, Shiv, to really put this in context for our viewers. And, what a big deal it is that a terrorist has been captured alive. Just give us a sense of, when was the last time that our army actually managed this kind of a successful, elaborate operation and managed to get a terrorist alive in custody?
Very, very rare case. There was an incident, if you remember, about 4 or 5 years ago when one particular terrorist had actually surrendered. But for infiltrating terrorists, terrorist teams that actually infiltrate in this manner, Akshita, it's extremely rare because, as you can imagine, when contact is made, when engagement and gunfire starts between infiltrators and patrolling parties, the end game is usually death. It's usually the death of these terrorists, or they get chased back to the other side. It's very rare that they're able to either survive or enter into the Kashmir Valley. In this particular case, the ambush party was lying in wait for these terrorists who had infiltrated a few days ago. At least 3 of them, we understand, had been killed, and it is possible that the survivors of among the infiltrators were pinned down and cornered in such a manner that this particular terrorist, 19-year-old Ali Babar Patra of Okara in Pakistani Punjab, has been arrested. He's apparently already started talking. 19 years old. The army, he's provided a phone number of his family in Pakistani Punjab. So all that information has reportedly been corroborated already by the army. So it's not the army simply saying he's a Pakistani national. That information is corroborated by the information that the terrorist has also already provided while under custody. He claims that he was informed by his handlers that he was to drop a supply in Patan and possibly mount some kind of a strike, further into the Kashmir Valley. But let's just remember one thing. It's absolutely impossible for such a large infiltration party to enter Uri, enter across the line of control without the complicity and support of the Pakistan army. And remember, at this point of time, Akshita, we're in a situation where there's supposed to be a ceasefire violation. The Indian army is not targeting or retaliating against any Pakistan army posts. But you've got the Pakistan army now demonstrating that they continue to support, endorse and fuel terror across the LC. And this 19-year-old, a teenager, 19-year-old terrorist from Pakistan is the latest face of what Pakistan does on the LOC.
And that's the reality, Shiv, that today, seeing this news, Pakistan, the Pakistan army in particular, will be very, very worried. They can be in denial. They usually completely deny all the facts that are given to them. This time, the army has even given out details about this captured terrorist, this 19-year-old, about where he hailed from, where he stays. They've even mentioned his mother's contact number. So there's really nowhere that Pakistan can hide. The reality is that even as the army may claim that, look, we have no knowledge about this, it's very clear that he hailed from Pakistan and entered into Indian territory from Pakistan.
Very true, Akshita, except I don't think Pakistan will really be that worried because remember, this is a country that has embraced its terror sponsoring identity. This is a country that boasts about, being on the 5th floor of the Serena Hotel in Kabul. This is a country that boasts about its connections with the Haqqani network, with the Taliban, with the Al-Qaeda. Makes no bones about protecting people like Maulana Masood Azhar and Mufti Mohammad Saeed. So this is a country that I don't think it's very difficult to actually shame or worry Pakistan by capturing their terrorists. If you look at the 2611 dossier, the Pathankot dossier, the Uri dossier as well, Pakistan has always said, no matter how much proof, credible, real proof, including Ajmal Amir Kasab, that you throw at us, it's not going to make a damn difference to us. And that's one of the reasons, actually, that India's dynamic in dealing with such terrorism changed in 2016 with the surgical strikes. Because India suddenly realized it's pointless, trying to corner Pakistan with data and dossiers and information. The only language Pakistan really understands when it comes to terror is, of course, the bullet. And that's what was unleashed on Pakistan on this night, actually 5 years ago. Today happens to be, as you know, Akshita, the 5th anniversary of the surgical strike. So capturing a terrorist like this will surely provide a wealth of information and intelligence. I doubt it'll be very much more than what India's intelligence agencies and military already know about Pakistan's modus operandi, but certainly on the ground, tactically speaking, very, very valuable, because it means you've captured someone alive who can be a source of intelligence about a live operation that Pakistan probably wanted to conduct.
And to ensure that, there's no violence that's unleashed by these groups. Shiv, you also mentioned that, this is happening on the 5th anniversary of the surgical strikes. Very fitting. And, Major General Vatsa also mentioned that this area where the infiltration happened of this group of terrorists, it's the area from which the terrorists who carried out the Uri attack also managed to infiltrate from.
That's absolutely correct. It's the same set of hills through which these particular terrorists must have actually crossed over, Akshita. And it's incredible that Uri is being chosen exactly 5 years later for something similar. Imagine, God forbid, if these terrorists were actually coming to conduct a strike very much like the 2016 Uri terror strike, in which 18 Indian soldiers were massacred while they slept in the Uri army camp. So the success of capturing one of these men, Ali Babar, alive and killing 3 of those other terrorists must be seen in that context. The Indian Army and the security forces have not only been able to preempt and possibly avert another terror strike very much like Uri, but they've captured one of those terrorists, and he will remain the big link to what may have been a much larger operation. It could have been in Uri, it could have been elsewhere, it may not have even been in J&K, we don't know. With the festive season coming up, there's already intelligence alerts and alarms over the possibility of terror strikes happening in different other parts of the country. And as you and I know, Akshita, terrorists who've infiltrated across the IB and the LOC have frequently left J&K and gone to other parts of the country to conduct terrorist strikes. So none of those things can be ruled out at this time.
Shiv, as someone who's covered these kind of terror attacks, this kind of infiltrations in the past, just explain to our viewers how challenging this kind of an operation really is for our forces. The fact that it went on for 10 days, you had combing operations non-stop going on in these areas. I understand that the terrain itself is very challenging because of the dense forestry around.
Extremely challenging to use just 2 words, Akshita. These are, first of all, the terrain is very difficult. They are frequently at high altitude. The Uri, Baramulla, Kupwara sectors of the, central North Kashmir are, the terrain is extremely forbidding. Cold temperatures, thin air. Couple that with the fact that many of the terrorists who infiltrate from these areas are military trained terrorists. So they are trained not just in tactics and fighting, but also survivability, evasive maneuvers, the ability to survive for many days together, to actually engage and kind of tire out ambush and patrol parties of the Indian Army. And let's never forget that, trying to bust infiltration parties has proven very, very costly for Indian teams in the past. We've lost soldiers, we've lost special forces men, we've lost, patrolling parties in so many such incidents. So in this particular case, it's hugely, hugely difficult. It's actually very difficult to describe, because it's not just one patrol party, it's multiple units that actually come together to capture just a handful of terrorists. And the reason for that is because of the kind of destruction just a small handful of terrorists can actually wreak, which was very, very apparent in both Pathankot as well as Uri. So the army, the security forces, the Jammu and Kashmir police, all working together for another incredible operation. And it's important to highlight the success of this operation, Akshita, also, not just because it's the 5th anniversary of the surgical strikes, but we usually only hear about these infiltrations when something bad happens. Here we've been able to eliminate some of those terrorists and capture one of the Pakistani terrorists alive. It's an incredible success for the army. You don't really hear very often about it.
So true. And Shiv, the information that the army's put out so far on this terrorist who's been captured, 19-year-old Ali Babar, belonged to the Lashkar-e-Taiba, a terror group that's been notorious for unleashing terror, not just in Kashmir, not limited to the valley, but across the country, really. They've, unleashed so many terror modules where the result and where the clear motive was to go ahead and create unrest.
That's right. He is from the Lashkar-e-Taiba, and remember the Lashkar-e-Taiba and the Jaish-e-Mohammed, have tried to recuperate, keep their potency alive on the line of control for a very, very long time. After the surgical strikes in 2016, and then the Balakot airstrike, the surgical strikes targeted the Lashkar-e-Taiba, the Jaish-e-Mohammed was targeted during the Balakot airstrikes. Something that Pakistan never likes talking very much about. But apart from actually landing a hit on Indian territory, what the LAT and the Jaish-e-Mohammed have also been desperate to do, we must remember, Akshita, is to announce to the world and announce to their recruits and their sponsors and their overground and underground workers in Jammu and Kashmir that they're alive and well. So they're looking for that big spectacular attack, something that announces that we are not dead and buried. The Indians were not able to kill us all those years ago. We are still very much alive and have the potency to conduct big terror strikes like Uri or 26/11 or Pathankot, and that's what this is really about. There's a great deal of messaging. The arms haul that we saw, those very, very elaborate pictures of currency, grenades, etc., and the Pakistanis went on their own propaganda trip about those currency notes, but that's separate and only to be expected. But the sheer volume of cash and currency and material that was being carried shows that the terror groups are under great pressure in the Kashmir Valley, and these infiltrators are under huge pressure from their terror sponsors, the Pakistani Army and the ISI, to carry all this material across the LOC and deliver it to these terror cells. So that's what this is really, really all about, and that's the reason why this particular operation needs to be celebrated.
Absolutely. Shiv, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. Huge catch there by our forces. The army just a few minutes ago held a briefing in which they gave us details about this Pakistani terrorist who's been captured alive. And we're going to get you all the highlights of what the army had to say